Thank you guys for joining me for a tarot video today. Let's get into prayer, then we'll do sound bowl healing, and I'll show you guys the cards, and then we will proceed with the message. Thank you, Most High of Love and Light. Thank you for this moment to be here harmoniously. Anyone or anything that has intention to disturb the peace, Most High of Love and Light, I give that to you. It's not my burden to bear. Also, I ask that the viewers are blessed with the gift of learning how to not bear the burdens of others. Lead me and guide me, hold me accountable at all times and all ways, no matter what. Hold the viewers accountable at all times and all ways, no matter what. Increase the discernment of each and every individual who watches these videos if you can. Archangel Michael, please bless this reading. I ask to deliver clear, concise, effective, emotional manipulation-free messages that helps heal the minds, bodies, and souls of those ready to receive this message. Cozy Witch Tarot deck. All right, so let's see. Knight of Wands. At the bottom, sometimes you have to be willing to bend the rules a little. Okay, Knight of Wands. We have the Empress with the Three of Pentacles here. So let's see what's going on. The bottom of the message of the Empress. There is beauty to be found in every experience. Three of Pentacles. What's the saying? Teamwork makes the spell work. All right, so let's talk about the Knight of Wands and the Empress. The energy I'm picking up here. There's going to be multiple scenarios. Some of you guys are very wise mothers. You're very adaptable. You may look very young. Some mothers could have had negative father figures that they probably did not heal those father wounds, and they could have also raised their sons like the father figures that they had to learn how to forgive so that they could heal from. So some of those sons who are continuing father wounds of their grandfathers, not knowing how to slow down or to think with wisdom before they make a decision, especially when it comes to becoming fathers. They could be experiencing or reliving childhood memories of possibly experiencing poverty. The Five of Pentacles is showing itself with the Three of Pentacles. There's individuals who are not used to stability. They're used to struggling financially. They're used to not knowing if they're going to have a bed to sleep in, clothes on their back, a roof over their head, food to eat, not knowing if they're going to have safety. At the same time, knowing what it's like to work like a grown man from an early age on. At the same time, they could have grew up in communities in which, with the Two of Cups and the Nine of Wands, There was a lot of single mothers with the Queen of Swords who they could have seen those single mothers have very difficult romantic dynamics. The people in their neighborhoods with the King of Wands and the Three of Pentacles are more than likely very charming, very popular, natural leaders. And with the Three of Wands, they aspire to be just like the male leaders in their community if they did not have healthy father figures. So, someone in this who's watching this video could still be in that mindset with the Knight of Wands, where they can have an Empress, and with the 19, the Sun. They can even be fathers. With the Ace of Pentacles, if they have not yet learned how to find balance within themselves, then their external environment and closest extended family is more than likely experiencing their instability. And this instability is coming from deep within, something that they're afraid to explore. So with the Ace of Pentacles and the Sun, there could be a father figure, or there could be a literal father who is using their child for finances. They could only had had a child to get finances if the ways they tried to get finances prior wasn't exactly getting them the money in the time span or period that they wanted. So there could be someone with the Knight of Swords who could have grown up in an environment where the masculines in their environment did not actually practice sticking around with the mothers. And there wasn't much discussion about it because the reasons and the secrets for all, with the Papa was a Rolling Stone temptation reference type energy going on, they didn't exactly understand why, but they were very intelligent. With the Seven of Cups, they had a lot of dreams. But at the same time, as they got older, they started to understand, I have these dreams, but I don't exactly know how to get them off the ground. So if it looks like the people that I admire are financially stable, what can I do to have connection with them? They could have tried multiple ways to get their dreams off the ground. And then they could have just settled with becoming fathers due to the fact that, you can put a child on taxes. Or there's also a father figure trying to claim a child for taxes. Okay, and not giving credit to the mother figure. You also could have had some um, children could be looked at as, being able to get government benefits. So there could be a father figure who may have to go on government benefits or will be going on government benefits. Okay. And there's nothing wrong with that. I have government benefit housing. And quite honestly, it is helping me be able to learn the responsible skills to prepare for home ownership. Okay. And it is what it is. At the same time, what I'm picking up on is a masculine energy who is not yet ready to accept that they were not actually taught the proper skill sets to be independent as a man by a parental figure who could have been a single parent. They could hold a grudge against that female figure, and they could be taking this grudge out passively, aggressively, or physically on the mother of their child. Okay, so you guys may know someone. King of Cups. Yeah, this is a father figure. Six of Pentacles. Someone could have trouble actually asking for help. They could have so much pride to the point, or with the Five of Pentacles, and we also have the Broom, which is death, and the Four of Pentacles. They could basically have lost a source of finances or a source of support. So they could basically have just enough with the Four of Pentacles, and they could be being very stingy, with the finances in the home. Even though they could be aware of the parental responsibilities that have to equally be shared, they may be allowing their financial situation and pride, and they're going to be having an ego death to get in the way of them actually being the fathers that they need to be. So because their ego is so high, they might end up very homeless. They're like they're going to be having an ego death. This is what I'm picking up. They're going to be having an ego death, especially if they're afraid of what others think if they ask for support to get through a tough time. But at the same time, they're not humble enough to acknowledge where the support is coming from. I'm also picking up on there is a mother figure who the support, like she's the one who has the solutions to get out of a situation. And she could be feeling the brunt and pressure of having to take care of a child. It could be the son. It could be a brand new baby, but she could be feeling the pressure of having to take care of a brand new baby. Only take what resonates while being with someone who is not ready to heal their father issues. Only take what resonates. Oh shit. Okay. Two of Wands. Ten of Swords. This person I'm picking up on, they could be used to making they could be able to see clearly what's the best decision to make, but they're willing to take shortcuts with this Nine of Swords, and they're willing to step on people's backs to get quick benefits. They have been able to make it seem as if they're just, like let's say, ahead of everything of everyone, but that's not it at all. Like I'm picking up with this Two of Wands here. They may use divination to see what's taking place and things of that nature. And with the Ten of Swords here, they may betray those closest to them with the Page of Wands in order to basically get ahead. Perhaps in the environment that they grew up in, it was every man for itself. However, carrying this attitude while being a father, it can it's not creating a healthy foundation for a child if there's a child or children in the picture. Okay, they could also have other children as well. We have the patient witch, and we also have the death card here, broom. So, hanged man and the death here. I feel like there's a father figure who used divination to see what was the best route to take for something. They followed up on it because they wanted to get quick actions. And they could have been very surprised because what they thought would happen hasn't happened. I want to say yet, but I feel it may not happen. They like to move very quickly, very rashly, very speedy, Gonzalez like. And so they thought they should have had some sort of victory by now. So we have the Ten of Swords and the Broom. I feel whatever decision that this person made could have resulted in someone having a very horrendous unaliving. It could have resulted in someone having a very horrendous ending of life. Perhaps they didn't actually take the time to understand how bad this thing would end. But at the same time, perhaps they did because we have the Two of Wands next to the Death card here. I feel like when they made this decision, it's kind of like they wanted to see it through all the way. So only take what resonates, okay? Um, I feel like this is talking about how a masculine energy with unhealed, father healed wounds, who has a family of their own, is having to actually have to be accountable and responsible, and they may be unwilling to actually change those habits. They may be giving into the pressure of of how they feel instead of actually having the strength to endure. um so they may be compromising their interpersonal connections. So we have the Queen of Wands and the Two of Wands. Let's talk about this. um this father figure could be connected to intuitive individuals, and with the Queen of Wands and the broom here, it sounds as if some death magic isn't working out the way someone. So death magic, you know how how when I said this person got information on what was the easiest way to get something, and they were able to see clearly what would happen if they followed up with something, and they knew a death would happen, but the death would be extremely gory for someone else. Well, it hasn't happened, so that means, you know what happened, return to sender. So death magic is returning to sender. Okay, you guys, we're gonna get a couple of more messages, and then we'll do some prayer. So we have the High Priestess in reverse here, Temperance and the Sun here. So the High Priestess in reverse. It is kind of like at a crossroads. Okay. Some of you guys may be learning to trust your intuition. Some of you guys may be learning to differentiate thoughts of like that's not yours, that's deception, or thoughts that are yours. And some of you guys are learning to emotionally detach from your thoughts. Like the High Priestess um in reverse, what I'm getting for this reading, it could be the truth being right in front of your face and you being unable to ignore it. The High Priestess upright, this is like getting confirmations and signs of something that you guys have been thinking about. So with this High Priestess in reverse, some of you guys can be at a crossroads when it comes to learning how to identify what is a thought, what is a fact, and what's your intuition. You know, some of you guys could be healing from people who have negatively narrated spirituality, especially when it comes to intuition. But some of you guys could be noticing changes that happen in the moon cycles, more specifically the full moon. Like, for example, think about this logically. Why is it that people know crazy shit's gonna happen on a full moon and they prepare for it? But throughout the month, while the moon is going through its phases, it's like if whatever happened on the full moon happens on any of these days, people would say that's crazy. Wow. I'm also picking up on some narcissists who gaslighted some of you guys, and they have been abusing moon magic, where they were doing spells that, like, if you did like it, where if it's best to have it done on a full moon, but they were doing it on other moon cycles. So it's kind of like some of you guys could have been gaslit by narcissistic magic practitioners who was doing nasty spell work on you guys on the moon cycles, not actually honoring what you're supposed to do on those phases. So some of you guys could have had some experiences where you guys could have been negatively impacted by dark magic, since you guys on the moon cycles that they weren't supposed to be done. It's kind of like if you guys are supposed to be releasing something, that person could have been doing spell work to bind you guys, magic stuff like that. Um, shit like that. I'm picking up on sex magic with binding magic involved, soul ties, strengthening things like that. So it'd be difficult for you guys to actually break those karmic cycles. But they were doing this on a full moon when you guys should have been learning to release instead of holding on and storing trauma. And this is how some of you guys could have been curious as to, I feel like something's off, but I don't know what's going on. So some of you guys could have been experiencing some interesting experiences outside of the full moons, and you guys could have lived in, like, let's say, a community where people would notice these weird things happening, and they would negatively narrate you because they have this thought: if something bad is happening to someone, that person must be a bad person. If something's good happening to that person, they must be a good person. So you could have had someone doing negative spell work towards you guys, and the neighborhood was negatively narrating you guys. And now it could be making sense as to why. But I'm not saying this so we give, a pass to the people that went along with this mentality of judging someone based off of old belief systems that they may no longer support anymore. I feel like this is coming up for some of you guys to get clarity on like how some people can be maneuvering. Because this is what I'm picking up in the cards. We have the temperance and we have the sun here. So I feel like this is saying this situation is definitely balancing itself out. The truth is coming out about how some people maneuvered against you guys. Okay. Only take what resonates. But yeah, I got an idea. Let's do a quick 3-pile pick a card. What is their karma for abusing moon magic? One moment. All right. What is their karma for abusing moon magic? There's 3 piles. I'll see you at your pile of choice. Thank you guys for being present. Welcome, pile 1. So, let's find out what their karma is for abusing moon magic. I have the feeling this person exploited sex magic with the moon cycles. Okay, so let's see. We got 4 of Cups, 7 of Swords, the Hierophant, 7 of Wands, and 8 of Swords. All right, so let's talk about it. And underneath the 8 of Swords is the Emperor. So someone's having to take accountability. Someone's having to be responsible for the moon magic that they sent out. They're having to be. With the 8 of Swords here, their intention was to trap you guys. With the 7 of Wands, they were also participating in gang stalking or even initiating gang stalking. They were doing moon magic. Um, it, they were doing moon magic to have you guys gang stalked and trapped in some form of fashion. It's like they wanted you guys to constantly be in flight or fight. They didn't want you guys to be able to relax. They didn't want you guys to be able to have any peace. They wanted you guys to constantly be looking over your shoulder so you could appear paranoid. Oh, wow. Okay. With the 4 of Cups and the 7 of Swords here, this person's having trouble remembering their lies. With the 7 of Wands here, they could be experiencing, if this hasn't happened yet, they're going to be experiencing similar attacks. However whatever kind of magic that they did to you guys, they're going to experience these attacks. And with the Hierophant and the 4 of Cups here, if they have a tradition that they've been doing for a while and it's not working for them anymore, they're going to be having to leave this tradition behind. Either they're not going to have people join them because people joining them will know if they're trying to be deceptive to them with the 7 of Swords, or it's either they're also, I'm picking up, people don't trust them anymore. You know what I'm saying? Um, it's getting harder to deceive people and things of that nature. Um, they have a reputation for being very problematic. So it's kind of like people know that if they go around them, one little thing can be misinterpreted and they're going to blow it all out of proportion. So it's kind of like people with the Hierophant are being very like what you see is what you get with them. They're being very it's very organized. It's very by the book with them. And these people are definitely, they're thinking about this too. If they're not thinking about it yet, they're going to be thinking about it. But they're going to be thinking about how people are going by the book with them. These people could be trying to hide the fact that they have participated in gang stalking and things of that nature. You know, um, let me see. With the Hierophant and the Seven of Wands here, they could be trying to defend their belief systems. And this also is going to push away any support, because their support is going to constantly feel like they're like the person's trying to get something out of them, or at any moment's notice, the person might set them up in some form or fashion if they don't, conform to what that person wants. So their relationships are going to become very strained, and people are going to be speaking to them by the book. Now, this is going to be a karma for them, because if people are speaking to them by the book, this means that they're going to have trouble attracting their basic needs, because people are going to be wary that if I give you one thing, you're going to try to take more. So they're going to have to put in more effort to get their basic needs met. This means they're going to have to learn how to communicate clearly, effectively. And if they ask for more, they're going to lose those benefits. It's kind of like people are just going to cut them off. So they're going to have to learn how to only be like how to only accept what they need in that moment, because people are going to be very wary of them being very greed filled. And that's the end of your reading, pile one. Welcome, pal two. So let's find out, what is their karma for abusing moon magic. All right. Well, damn. We got the Page of Cups, Two of Wands, Seven of Pentacles, and the Eight of Swords. The energy I have is, well, damn. Well, damn. Okay, let's get into it. Let's talk about the Seven of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords here. These people could have made an investment that they feel locked in. But what they're unaware of is, or what they will become aware of is the fact that they could have gotten scammed out of some finances, and there's not going to be any way to get those finances back. So they could also be having a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, overthinking things to the point where they're putting so much stress and pressure on their psyches that they're not going to be able to be prepared to like for like just in case moments. It's kind of like anyone who's going to be working with them closely is going to be aware that when they're under heavy loads of stress, these people are going to be like fuse boxes, and they're not going to be solution oriented. So more than likely, liability things are going to have to happen. People are going to feel like they have to have insurance if these people are around. Because it's kind of like the lack of preparation that these people have. It's kind of like they like to be around responsible people, but I'm also picking up with the Page of Cups. They like to say, you need to relax, you too serious, but at the same time they're constantly very childish. So with the Page of Cups, I'm not picking up on a childlike age energy. I'm picking up on the fact that they could they could basically try to get responsible people to lower their guards around them. You know what I'm saying? In order for those people to say, hey, take you under my wing. But if that responsible person is exposing how they're not responsible, what they'll do is it's kind of like they'll try to negatively narrate the responsible person and try to figure out ways to set that responsible person up to get large amounts of money out of them. So some of you guys could have dealt with some people like this. With this Page of Cups and the Eight of Swords, what I'm picking up is that when they were younger, they were put under lots of stress. They could not have forgiven the parental figures who caused this stress. So basically, it's kind of like they're repeating something that happened in their childhood. And because they're adults and they're afraid of being judged harshly by very closed minded people, they can, it's kind of like they'll sit there and they're still doing combative things that help them feel protected when they were children, but at the same time, now that they're adult age and that they have done this type of spell work as an adult, it's, it's very concerning. So we have the Seven of Pentacles and the Two of Wands here. This person is trying to figure out what is the best way to move forward. They can feel very stuck. They can feel very stagnant. They are also may be having difficulties getting new solutions. So it's kind of like they may be stressing out a lot. Okay. And if they do have children, their children are being put in positions where the children are making long term adult decisions at a young age. Their children are also being stressed out. This is something that they were subjected to when they were younger. And what if they do have children, they're like basically repeating this with their own children. So they possibly did not have much of a childhood. But let's get one more card here. One more card. I got a few. Let's get this message. What is their karma for abusing moon magic? We have the Empress, the Seven of Wands, and the Queen of Wands. Okay? So I feel as if this person also could have been competing with you unnecessarily and also a bully as well. And they could have tried to hide their bullying acts or have people turn a blind eye to their bullying acts by basically becoming self-absorbed. They're going to have to deal with other self-absorbed people as well who are insecure and comparing their looks to them as well. Okay. I'm also picking up on the Empress and the Seven of Wands here. You could be dealing with some very defensive feminine energies. You could be dealing with some very defensive mothers who are focused on vanity field things. And this also could be some of the people who did who abused and exploited moon magic. And with the Tower and the Hermit here, I feel like part of their karma, and I just saw 3333. Part of their karma is that they're going to lose the very same support that they used to like bully people with. And this is definitely going to impact them, especially if they were reliant on those external praises in order to feel good about themselves. All right, that's the end of the reading. Welcome, Pile 3. So let's see. What is their karma for abusing moon magic? Oh, shit. Seven of Wands. You guys dealt with gang stalkers. So you had a lot of people doing spell work. And the gang stalkers, they felt very confident about the spell work that they were doing together, that they thought no one would pay attention to how they were mistreating you outside of the spell work. I'm picking up on people that participated in malicious gossip as well. I'm picking up on people who thought that the spell work that they did when they abused the moon magic would basically be enough for them to get away with what they were doing. At the same time, they were unaware that they were creating like noticeable patterns of how they maneuver. And this caught the attention of multiple people because they were maneuvering in like a similar manner periodically. So it's kind of like people can basically part of their karma is that people can figure out their every move. So if these people are in danger, they're going to have to break out of their comfortability in order to protect themselves. This is some of these people, they could have felt safer in groups. They could have been bullied in some form or fashion and felt that an injustice had happened and that they could not get get proper protection. So they could have like suppressed these emotions inward, and they could have gotten together with other people of like minds, and they were able to deflect their inner fears and put it onto someone else who triggered those fears that were unhealed. So when they did the spell work, they felt safe. So when they were all operating together and during the gang stalking, they didn't think anyone was paying attention to how they were maneuvering. But they basically set themselves up with basically following a similar pattern of gang stalking, to the point that if they don't have those people with them, they may be subject to predators. Damn. Oh shit. Well, you guys are protected with the Seven of Wands. Shit, you guys are protected. I feel like when these people were doing this spell work and bullying you guys, I don't think they actually thought about the impact that they were creating, for themselves if they had gotten into these positions. So I feel like the amount of gang stalking and bullying you guys were subjected to, you guys could have been put in compromising safety situations often due to the malicious gossip and due to the amount of spell work that they did. They also could have had plans for things to happen to you. So whatever they thought they wanted to happen to you is going to happen to them. We have the Nine of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles here. And the Ten of Pentacles wanted to turn upright. Okay. I want to turn reverse. So I'm just going to take it here. Part of their karma with the Nine of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles here, they may be in more debt than they're aware of. And they could be parents as well. So they may also not be fully aware of what they have. So if they're in debt, they may compromise their self-worth in order to basically take pay cuts with strings attached. Now, if they have children, this is not safe. Especially if these people need to learn how to protect themselves. That's what I'm learning first. That's what I'm picking up first and foremost. And maybe they're learning to protect themselves, but I feel like they're going to actually realize what they have when it's put under the amount of pressure and stress that their moon magic and gang stalking subjected you guys to. This is standing out heavy. Because I feel like they felt, because they had people to do this with, I felt like they were safe. So if something happened to you, the malicious gossip that they put out, the truth about what would have literally happened to you wouldn't have came out. So these people were conscious that how they were treating you, if something bad happened to you, they would share this secret. So for some of their karma, they're not, some of these people, the truth about what truly happened to them may not actually be shared in the manner that they want. You know, if something happens to them, the truth about what actually the way it will come out, it won't come out in a manner where where it's easy to digest. So some of these people, the amount of gang stalking and moon magic they did compromise your safety. So what is their karma for abusing moon magic? Compromise safety. Without further ado, we're going to end the reading. Love, peace, and happiness.